had, they got these so-called Afghanis, you know, people that go over and fight the Afghan war, then they come back here. Yeah. And all of a sudden we look, and here's 2 Euros, you know, the white boys, they come in like they done robbed a bank in Afghanistan, in Pakistan. And they got, you know, they come back here like maybe they was somebody, because they would have them on in the Washington Post. And I just looked at them like, well, the government sent some people here, and that's what they are. I mean, almost certain of it, for sure, certain of it. Anyway, so we have evolved through many, many episodes. There's so many, you have to go through your notes to just remember, because it's too many. But this strategic recovery is about now. It's about today. It's not only recovery, it's kind of like what we call strategic counteroffensive. Being involved in this will be project management, simple project management, because we was putting this together, that together, so we decided, we were sitting right there on the roof the other, okay, this is what we'll do. By the way, I looked inside today, and I didn't see no water coming in, not a drop. So we'll, if any do come in, it don't make no difference, we'll just roll over it till it, but technically that's a good roof. When it gets hot, it's going to even settle down even more. It's going to seal up, real good. All we have to do is put the strips on it. But the same thing is, I'll be over tomorrow again in the bookstore, straightening up the bookstore, cleaning up the bookstore, and getting it ready. Then we'll get our annex ready, and we'll start doing our taping and everything at one time or another. Instead of here, or we might do one here and one over there, just to use the place, because that's what we built it for, right? We'll go up on the roof, put a little stuff on the roof. There's nothing wrong with it. Put one more piece of sheet, 2 pieces of sheetrock up, paint it again, and off we go. So we'll do all of our property around here. This is before we go back to California. The minimum we're going to do is fix that house over there, because the brother was here, the attorney, yesterday. He said, well, how long is it going to take you to fix the house? About another 3 months? I said, man, it ain't going to take but 2 weeks. We're going to knock that boy over. And that's what because see, all that inside stuff we have to do, we can do that. We can take 3 days a week and work, and we'll have that knocked out. All we have to do is get one of our brothers has his cousin is a plumber. We'll have him come in, put new this that you know, in the bathroom where it don't leak, and maybe a new whatever they call them things with a mirror on top of it. Yeah, good quality one. Bathroom will be in good shape. We might cover the bathroom or the tub. You know, we can do what we want. We're just going to remodel the place. We're going to fix it up. We're going to pull that carpet out, get a big dumpster, Because see, you know, the small dumpster is not going to hold. You notice when you look in the stairwell here, it's full of J-U-N-K. We're going to throw all that away. If it's enough room, if it's not enough room, we might order another one and fill it up with everything that's in here. It just have to go. You know, if anybody want it, they put it in their car or their truck, but they can't leave it here no more. Yeah, we're just gonna strip everything out, take everything out of here. Plus, you can't have all that covered anyway. We got to, when when we call the fire department to come and okay, when we put all the little signs up for exit and what have you, right? You can't have all that stuff in that hallway. Can't nobody get out. We have to have proper doors on the front. I mean, the doors is proper, but they ain't got the right. So, all of those things, this is what we're going to do now. But the main thing we're going to do before even going back to California is definitely that house and maybe one or two more little things around here. And since we're doing it, we might as well seal up the roof and Brother Two fails. Yeah, just seal it up, because we don't even have to open it up and look in there, because it's, well, since we just facing facts, we will open it up and look in there, and that means we'll have to tear everything out. We'll open up a window so it dry out in there, and when we get time, we'll fix it up too. Shoot, it's a nice place, we just need to fix it. Anyway, all of that comes from, remember, our goal and our mission have always been the people. And when we came here, the first thing we knew was, number one, everybody in those apartments. Because when we bought this building, we already looked and see who was living in it. They had all changed. Everybody, especially on this side, they got to be whoever they are, and they turned out to be that. Why? So they can watch us every day. And they didn't harass nobody else, but they harassed me all the time. They would urinate up against the building. They would do anything. Because they was put there to do that. That's their job.
I know why, but I'm just like, it's like, you know, it's just like, why?
You can't,
like, that's
no,
like, why?
No, remember, those Negroes was out there running around the other day. You have to imagine, you just look and somebody would park their car right in front of our driveway and just leave it there. Okay, that's when I'm there. When I'm here, there's a different flow. When everybody else come to witness that, they wouldn't do it then. Because they want, this is all aimed at me. It ain't aimed at nobody else. If there's anyone else to witness it, they're not gonna park right there. Why would you park in the driveway for an hour and a half or 2 hours? It just so happens I wasn't going nowhere anyway. And the people who was coming to pray just parked outside, you know. So that reminds me, that's our mission. It's got to be important, or the government wouldn't keep doing that dumb stuff. You know what's important by what they do. They tell you, them niggas is important. And if you ever teach them anything, and if they ever realize anything above what they're doing, talking about boss man, is in trouble. So he has his parolees or whatever, you know, they do whatever. Remember, you got to remember, we don't have a whole lot to offer people as far as material. But if you get a case, you can have a murder beef, and boss man can tell you, he has the authority to tell you, hey, we got the goods on you. But if you work for us for so many years, just a little information every now and then, we'll give you 3 years probation. In fact, that's your work schedule, 3 years for us. We're going to give you probation. You just killed another nigga anyway. It's not important. Right? To the system, we can't do that. And we'll pay you a little salary, you know, stuff, a little extra stuff every time you do something extra. So he has an incentive. We don't have that wealth and that authority and that power. And remember, the Negroes believe in his power. He don't believe in your power. You could fly backwards around the corner. Right now, go outside and start flapping. Flap all the way around the corner. Just on your back. The Negro wouldn't, right?
Yes.
You got having a fit or something. You define gravity and everything. Your weight should crash into the ground and you flying all, you're really flying, just like a bird. And they're gonna look at you like you're crazy. Not that you're special, but if the white man break wind, the Negro will run in to catch as much of the air as he can. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. This is what we have to realize. So we're dealing with a unique situation. We have to maintain a feeling of compassion for the people, and the people are going to be breaking in your house every day, and you got to have compassion for it. This is all the great people of the past, especially the religious people, Isa alayhi salam and others, maybe not so much Musa, but some of them, they had a pretty tough attitude sometimes, you know. But the spiritualists, if you talk about Isa, Lord forgive them, they know not what they do. They don't know what they're doing. And guess what? They technically don't. They don't. And remember Yusuf and his brothers. The Quran said they sold him for a miserable price. Nothing. When they got to Egypt, they might have paid 200,000-300,000 dinars or something for him. This handsome guy, healthy, everything, right? Okay, but his brothers didn't look at him like that. The brothers are not going to look at us like that. That's our mission. We have to teach them. This sounds arrogant, but that is our job. Our mission is to go get the people. Our mission is to invite the people to the truth. And we have to have, at this go-round, we're going to do that. Okay, you got to remember, out of the 3 stages of life, this is the 4th. We done already, every time we entered into something, we already did it, and did it pretty good. If it's Jahiliyyah, how can you, if you're the biggest Negro in the state or the region, right? And then you use all of your excess money for the movement, the thing that they thought that we would be against, because them niggas is against what we, right? That's what they was thinking. And we wasn't going, no, we in this. The one thing you learn is that that's the white man. And no matter who the Negroes are, they got a chance to be black. Boss man, he ain't got no chance. And in those days, you didn't consider him even reforming or anything. All right, I'm going to speed up. So technically, we didn't hit the jackpot on everything we did, you know. I was watching something on TV the other night, and this little girl that had been adopted by a pretty well-to-do family. The people that adopted her, the son, it was 3 twins. One of them was adopted. It's 2 white kids and a black one. And the black kid was dropped off at a fire station. And the white family lost one of their twins. There's 3 of them. And so they, some kind of way they asked him, do you want the little Negro? And he said, sure. So that's the storyline. That happened back in the 70s, and that's the whole storyline. But now this is up to modern times. And the black one came out sharper than everybody else in the family. He was smarter than everybody's successful, but he's smarter. He comes out good all the time, better than others. So the little girl that he adopted maybe was around 14, and she had been raised. She was kind of homeless. Her mama was home, stuff. So they used to call her Pontiac in school. She wrote a beautiful dissertation about life, and the teacher liked it so much that she printed it. And she was saying we lived in a Pontiac, so they called her Pontiac. Anyway, this little girl was sharp on life, though. So the guy that adopted her, him and his wife, they 36, late 30s or 40s, and they're well-to-do Negroes. They well-to-do Negroes. They're not just getting by. They both college grads, they're supposed to went to Howard and all of that. Anyway, the little girl said, I want you to take me for a ride to the debating team or something. It wasn't no debating team. She took him to a neighborhood where, where the state give children to other people, adopt them for a while, and they stay there. Then they send them somewhere else. So he said, see this house? He said, I just got you out here. I want to tell you something. He said, see this house? He said, in this house, if we were lucky, we would split a couple of cans of soup together, and that would be our dinner. He said, and those people would get all the kids they could from the state, and they scratched all the time, scratching numbers. They bet, they used all their money trying to win, whatever that
Lottery.
The lottery, scratch. He said, they never won. He said, but she thought, you hit the jackpot twice already. So when they picked you up at the fire station, that family, the white family that took you in, he said, you hit the jackpot. And then he told him, he said, and that wife you married, because they was arguing a little bit every night, he said, you hit the jackpot with her. And he said, yeah, that's right. He said, you didn't hit the jackpot twice. He said, other people, they don't hit no jackpot. They don't hit no jackpot. He said, people in that house, they never hit not one jackpot. He said, you didn't hit the jackpot twice already. And I thought about that, because no matter what I'm watching, this game in it. I said, man, we done hit the jackpot 4 times in a row. We done hit the jackpot. Just imagine everybody else's life. I'm not bragging, but all of the friends, they got some wealth money. But when Superfly came out, was that Superfly? No, that was the Mac. You remember in the Mac, they had the credits, they said, this is dedicated to Frank Ward. Mm-hmm. Frank Ward was the oldest Ward brother, one of the oldest. Because there was more than just the 4, but somewhere running around. But they was the 4 light-skinned, curly-headed brothers. So it was dedicated to Frank Ward. Frank Ward got killed. Frank Ward got killed because when they was making that movie, the Mac, one of the white women, the stars, started lacking it.
Didn't know that.
Well, no, that's how do you think he got killed? What's the storyline on what? I'm just telling you, I wasn't here, but my friends was there, and they know what happened. This is what they told me. They told me them white folks done him in. Because you can't be pimping the white woman. You can pimp up those other white women, but this is a star. And you can't be pimping no star. You know what I mean? You go get somebody else. He did wind up dead. Okay? Ain't nobody said nothing about it, So somebody knows something. Anyway, So when you go over all the friends, all the stuff I did in Jahiliyyah, I hit the jackpot. Instead of going to prison, I just went off around the world. I mean, can you imagine? Out of the 8 wonders or 7 wonders of the world, I think I've seen at least 4 or 5 of them. Just seen them. Just been there. And in traveling, usually people live in hotels and different things. If you're doing the right type of traveling, you stand with people and you learn the culture. You learn the culture and all of that. So I hit the jackpot. Coming into Islam, everybody at that masjid from 1980 on was the police. Everybody. Except my sons. And the police rolled on them so much and sent them to jail and sent them to jail. And you know, think how the 80s was with young black men. You know what they were showing me? They said, Dad, these are my photo albums. And everybody's dead in them. Both my sons. They're 50, one will be 54, 55, he'll be 55. You know, next said, and I gave a lecture at the Masjid. I said, the white man tried to get rid of y'all to keep you out of my life, because they was right there with me, and they were sharp, even at that age. Said, they saved your life. They sent you to the pen, and ain't none of your friends alive. What are the numbers like? What are your numbers like? You know, like when you ask them, how many of your friends survived? One of my sons, I probably told y'all, they was sitting up on, over on 90s, wherever it is. They just sitting up on the porch, laughing and talking and everything. And one of my son's friends from another crew came up and said, hey man, I want to talk to you. Now most people wouldn't do that. They pulled him off the roof, man, off the porch, and they sprayed the porch. I said, you didn't get no message out of it, did nothing, click or nothing. No man, I was just happy that they did, but they shot all. I said, well, when you got one friend killing another, you just stuck in the middle. You know what I mean? All of us have a, you know, you can't do a whole lot about it because they both your friend, right? So I was telling him, I said, so that didn't ring no bells, nothing went off? Like,